What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Man, as a lot of you know, ever since day one in this community, I have aimed to uncover and decode the world's rarest and most unique coasters, and that has been no easy task. However, thanks to resources like the roller coaster database, a variety of users on Reddit, and teachers/people in my personal life, I've been able to bring light to some of those bizarre attractions and make pretty solid assumptions as to what they are and where they came from. But with that being said, today's video has proven harder and more mysterious than anything I've ever encountered before, and just the idea of being able to make a script on it intimidated me enough to not even want to try. Like, it took me weeks of research to develop this because there's virtually no information about it online, even in the database as far as I know. On top of that, the layout alone is one of the weirdest things I've just ever seen in the entire community. With a drive tire system that sends riders through a 2D layout consisting of 2 vertical loops and a super long upside down connecting section of track, this extremely bizarre traveling coaster operated in the late 1980s and 90s and has a pretty bizarre and sketchy history associated with it. But of course, what is this coaster and where did it come from? This is the story of France's double triple looping coaster, Kamikaze. Back in the 1980s, in the country of France, an upcoming and promising young businessman known as Mario Troisne had recently begun working his way up into the amusement industry as a sort of carny, and started off operating rides and attractions at local fairs and theme parks to gain experience in the industry. During this time, Mario learned the tricks and secrets to operating a successful carnival and saw the pros and cons of the attractions within. By 1985, he had completed a large portion of his self-proclaimed training, and in that same year decided to branch off and start his own line of attractions. Though, after having been part of the amusement circuit, he decided a much more promising and successful route for him would come through the design and manufacturing of the rides and attractions themselves, rather than the traveling carnivals. And so in that same year of 1985, roller coaster and ride manufacturer Troisne of France was born with the creation of a few rides and entertainment facilities, though none were up for sale and rent was unavailable. In fact, even though this was the year of creation, Mario wouldn't actually debut Troisne officially until 2 years later in 1987. And it was in this 2-year gap that 90% of all the rides ever even created by them would come into existence, including the 2 known coasters from them today, Bonsai and of course, Kamikaze. Now, Kamikaze, believed by many to have been manufactured by Schwarzkopf, and there is some truth to that and I'll hit more on it later, was first put into a traveling fair circuit locally in 1987, and after operating at a few unknown parks here and there, was sent off to its first known and verified park, Fort Saint-Ramon-de-Romon, sometime before 1991. And I say before because we don't actually know when exactly it came to that park. However, thanks to footage shot by Funfair Worldwide, we can clearly see it in operation there, but its status after that was mostly unknown and partially lost to time. However, back to the controversy with Schwarzkopf, here's what I uncovered. And keep in mind, this is not me claiming it is correct, because the story could definitely be different, but based on the facts and information I gathered through this video, this is what I found. Roughly 1 year ago from the release of this video, as I was doing research, I came across an article titled Condamné tort Mario Troisne, or in English, Wrongly Sentenced Mario Troisne. Not thinking much of it at first, this actually provided me with a direct way to contact him or the company, and of course, I just had to ask about Kamikaze. He was slow to respond, and I'm actually still not entirely sure who exactly it was that emailed back, but the response I got was as follows. Hello. In addressing your concerns about the Kamikaze amusement ride, I remember not much because it was many years ago, but if memory serves me right, the roller coaster builder Schwarzkopf produced the train and gives us permissions for track makings. Hope this can help your video. Of course, this response wasn't super descriptive, but it sounds as though Schwarzkopf provided the train for them and let Troisne use their track designs to build the ride themselves. Now, this all sort of made sense until I realized something. Schwarzkopf went bankrupt in 1983, and Troisne wasn't even in development until 1985. However, Anton Schwarzkopf himself was still technically involved with roller coasters until 1995, so my best guess at this moment, and maybe some of you can help me down below, was that a Schwarzkopf train was acquired by Troisne at some point in time, and with or without permission, developed a track design that could support that train. Furthermore, if you look at some of Schwarzkopf's trains on other coasters like the Catapult model that I recently made a video on, you can clearly see they're very similar. Either way though, that's the extent of my research on that, and I really don't know if there's anywhere else to take it from there. What's your opinion though? Let us know down below. And also, comment any extra information you guys might have or know about this coaster down below, because I'd really be curious. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you can. We just hit 8,000 subs, so that's been awesome. And feel free to find us on Instagram as well for those daily posts. I'll also be in Florida on Friday for Disney and some other parks, so I'm looking forward to sharing some of my experiences there with you guys. As always, it's been a major pleasure creating new content for all of you, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your days. Until then, we'll see you all soon. See ya!